The world is noisy and there are lots of people who can't stop talking. They think that if they talk more and more, they'll get more attention or respect. But most of the time, all they are doing is losing energy. First step to becoming more powerful and influential is to learn how to be quieter. Silence has a lot of benefits, but the most important one is being able to control your emotions. Silence is mostly used by people at the top and bottom of the socio-sexual hierarchy. And it's clear that these two kinds of silence are very different. You can see that a silent person communicates indirectly, which means that instead of words, they use their aura, body language, facial expressions, etc. For quiet people, these things become the center of their attention and are used to judge their status. To be the alpha in any space, you must feel confident and in charge of yourself. Only then will your silence help you. Now let's look at some of the most important benefits of being quieter. You get more attention from other people. Being different from the norm is the key to getting more attention. Or to put it another way, being sneaky. It's in everyone's nature to want to be heard and for others to understand who they are and what they stand for. So many people will work hard to get this done. You can, however, stop wanting such things, knowing that your silence and air of mystery will draw more and more people to you on their own, and you'll be able to spread your message in the end, in a very polite way, safety from attacks by the enemy. Before we go further this video, please subscribe and hit that bell icon. Easy stuff for you, but it is really important to us. Thanks. People who don't like you or want bad things to happen to you will jump at any change they get to hurt you or put you down. By keeping quiet and being hard to find, you make sure that they will never get that chance. Even though tragedy, attacks and insults can happen to anyone at any time, if you don't do anything, the odds will always be in your favor. This is very important if you tend to act on impulse, because it's easy for enemies who know this about you to use it against you in some way. In fact, you can turn the situation around if you act calm and try to get them to act quickly and stupidly. People look up to you and fear you. Without mystery, there is no fear. You can't get around it. In fact, the best way to look shy or not dangerous is to talk more and more, just to keep the silence away, which are not necessarily bad quality, as everything has its own time. But if you want more respect and power, you can't just go with your gut and talk things out. That is simple. But being a leader is never simple. If you are the kind of person you always have the upper hand, you'd never want to stay in the dark, you'd never want to be clueless or stupid. You want to see things as they really are and people as they are. You want to be able to tell the good from the bad. People don't know your thumbscrews if you are calm and don't talk much, so they don't know what your weaknesses are either. They can't hurt you and they can't get you to do something stupid. Even if the cynics among them start to worry about you, they will if you are quiet and calm. People won't know what to attack you for if you have a strong character and you are honest. People will always look to you as an example. You become a great listener or observer. No one can talk and listen at the same time, at least not yet. So, If you always think about what you're going to say, you won't be able to listen well or notice what's going on around you. Now the question, why listening is more important than speaking, is like asking why saving money is more important than spending money. To learn more about your surroundings and other people, you need to improve your ability to watch and listen. And to get better at these skills, you'll need to learn how to quiet your mind first. You seem to be in charge. No one likes to be less sure of themselves. And the more confidence you have, the better off you'll be. But you can't be sure of yourself if you don't feel in charge. Not always over other people, but at least over yourself. Your situation and the things that can have an effect on you either directly or indirectly. Even if you don't really feel in control all the time, you can still give off the impression that you do by embracing silence. But you should know that just being quiet won't help you give off that vibe. You will also need to calm down and get rid of any negative or fearful thoughts. Only then will people see you in that way. You leave yourself open to different ideas. People love to categorize. They like to know what something means or have a clear picture of it in their minds. By not being clear about who you are and being quiet and vague, you make people think a lot about you. This not only makes it easier for them to remember you over time, but it also makes people have different ideas. These different points of view and ways of looking at things give you more power and make you more unpredictable. When you say less, what you say means more. More people are paying attention. Not only do they remember what you said, but they also think about it, adding more and more meaning to things. With more meaning comes a better understanding, and with a better understanding comes the ability to influence how to use the power of silence. The art of being quiet isn't just about being quieter, though that is part of it. First and foremost, it involves a certain stillness of your mind. This is because it will help you appear calm and sure of yourself. The second part is to turn your attention outward and get better at observing. Last but not least, you should try not to judge people or try to impress them. And that's pretty much it. If you do these three things, you'll get all the benefits I've talked about. There will be times when you can't keep quiet or you could get into all kinds of trouble. When dealing with a leader who isn't sure of himself or herself, these are the things to do. Or any person in charge of group, your silence will make people suspicious. So you should talk more to seem like you have more in common and to make sure everyone knows what to expect. There will be times when you have to explain yourself or your actions. If you don't, people will see you as bad or cruel. This means you will have to describe whatever it was in a clear and accurate way. Most of these things happen in close relationships. Keeping quiet here can cause a lot of trouble. When you're pushed around, someone will always take you for granted or think you are a pushover. At this point, you need to show what you can do. If you don't, you'll be thought as a pushover. If you don't think you can handle silence, then you'll have to work your way up to the equation loud-mouthed alpha male. End of equation, as the saying goes. But keep in mind that you won't be able to do much in this case. At the end of the day, having self-control and being quiet will give you more options, more peace, and a stronger form of power that will last longer.